What is up, guys and gals? Caster Troy here. Today we are in the Gneisenau Tier 6 German battleship. Now, this particular game, I don't necessarily light the world on fire. However, that being said, it is very, very hilarious at a given point in time. We're going to keep that a secret until we get there. You'll know it when it happens. Now, a couple of things. I am going to have the Charlemagne footage for you, so that's definitely going to be a thing. It's going to happen sometime this week, so just make sure to keep it locked in on the channel. The sex bots are out in full force. You're going to be getting messages from those anytime soon, as you just saw there at the message pop down below. They are very, very adamant about you getting the link to their virus. Also, quick little announcement, guys. Make sure to go down to the description box. Go to World of Warships Peeps. There's tons of links down there. Tons of channel. Go to them. Check them out. Like them. Subscribe them. They're all folks like you. They're just guys who are trying to get out here. Guys and gals trying to get out here. Trying to make things happen. And you know, there's a lot of excellent content out there, so make sure you check that out as well. And also, as usual, if you would like to have your video featured on my channel, by all means let me know. I would love to have it on here. We are all in this together, I personally feel, and we need to help one another. But anyway, yes, we are going to have some more videos, you know, Charlemagne, so on and so forth, coming out later this week. I did this last night. I had to show it. It's so quality. You're going to love it. So, back to the game at hand here. Now, I'm unfamiliar if they have or have not fixed the turtleback armor. I know for a fact that at one point it was not working. I'm not necessarily certain about now. I don't necessarily know if the Germans are known to be, you know, particularly crunchy at this particular juncture. So I don't know. If you know, please comment below. But I'm pretty sure the turtleback armor is still not necessarily fixed per se. So anyway, now what we're doing here, guys, we're kind of backing off. I find personally that things kind of go south when I kind of charge in with the Gneisenau. I mean, I do a lot of damage before I go out. Secondaries pick up, I think it's 7.5, 7.7. You know, you've got the almost front firing torps. So in a situation where it's little old me, or perhaps I'm being focused, I do tend to back up to give myself some room. That being said, I'm not one of those guys who start the game and their BB backing up. I'm just not necessarily about that life. Now, granted, of course, it all depends on spawn point, of course. If you're way forward of everything, yes, it is a big deal. You know, you really need to get out of there because you're going to get focused like crazy, and you know, you're not really going to enjoy life per se. But in this particular case, you know, we didn't necessarily want to advance too much to kind of get more guns on us than normal. Now, when you're in a battleship, you're at a priority target, as is. You know, you can actually see battleships from space. So, large vessel attracts a lot of attention, and not necessarily the good kind. But, that being said, you can kind of cut off angles of attacks just by utilizing the islands. You know, you can possibly, you know, if you get close enough to a given island, you can, you know, get some defilade in there. But at the same time, you know, you're also limiting your shots. And really what that comes down to is, you know, if you're getting shots like now, you know, we've got good side shots here. Good, excellent broadside shots. But in the case of, you know, you've got a few battleships, you know, going bow in, stern out, what have you, and you don't really have great shots, it may end up being a waste of time. You know, if you pull out and you start to take one more set or two more sets of rounds. A little bit of theory there. God, you know, I get so distraught after playing the Iowa and then switching, you know, to something German. It's just the shell dispersion, the precision, just everything is just night and day. These German ships are not made for long-range combat. They are made to get up in there and make the magic happen. You know, get in there, you know, let the secondary start working, let things start happening with the primary guns. You know, the dispersion, the precision's not necessarily that much of an issue, you know, when you're point blank range, you know, with your, you know, 8, 10, 5 kilometers, you know, you're really going to get in there. And that's kind of what I'm finding out the more I play the Gneisenau now, that, you know, this is a vessel that kind of really comes into its own the closer you get to the enemy. However, you know, you got the Tirpitz and you have the same, you know, German ships out here, and the danger of that is they also have forward-firing torpedoes. So it becomes a very, very dicey proposition. Excellent broadside shots on this gentleman right here, lifting the skirt in a very, very proper way there for me. We're just kind of decorating him. The downside is not really having a super, super large effect. Now, as you can see here, I'm kind of turning the side because I know the secondaries are primarily on the side. So I'm just kind of, and that's something you should kind of learn to do, guys. Now, if you check out over here to about our 2 o'clock, we've got a gentleman peeking up around the corner. We're going to go ahead and line up a set of torps. We're going to go ahead and fire those, and we're going to continue to focus on our given target here. Now, as you can see, as soon as we launched the fish, we started throwing the rudder over, because you know what? He is going to fire torps at us, and that's what we just missed right there. We just dodged the torps right there. And here it comes, guys. You're really, really going to enjoy this, because I know I did. Kablamo. Not only a double strike, but a double strike at the exact same time. Long as I've played this game, I've never killed 2 people in exactly the same moment. So I guess is what I'm trying to say is Super Bowl rings. Yes, I was extremely excited when that happened. I enjoyed it a lot. Never have I had a double strike on top of one another. Excellent, excellent stuff. But, you know, we got lucky. The secondaries ended up taking care of them. The torps ended up taking care of the other gentleman. You know, and at that point, you know, you had guys on both sides. Secondaries were taking care of everybody. Everybody was getting served via the secondaries. And that's kind of, you know, what the German battleships kind of boiled down to. I'm very, very excited to get the Bismarck, get the secondaries up to 10, 11 kilometers, and just maintain that distance. Just stay at that distance, give a little bit of side, keep a little bit of angle, and let the secondaries do their job. And how you manage to run that to get such a solid secondary build is you run celiacs with Hipper, I believe, as an inspiration, because Hipper gives you your secondary range buff, and then celiacs you can get porcupine. If I'm not talking out of turn, I don't have the specs in front of me, but I believe that's how I'm kind of running things. And right now we're at 7.5, 7.7, and neither one is astounding. I think they're 11, 12. They're not really ranked up super enormously high. But I figured I would share this video with you guys. You might get a kick out of it just like I did. You know, and as far as the damage goes, we didn't necessarily set the world on fire, but man, we had a fun time doing it. Gosh, that dispersion just makes me want to body slam a toddler. Gosh, that dispersion is just insane sometimes. But yeah, you know, we ended up getting 90 grand, 235,000. We cleared a lot of operations there at the bottom. Folks, I really hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And if you guys want to have your video featured on the channel, by all means, let me know. We'll make it happen. Once again, check out World of Warship Peeps and look at my folks. See what magic they have done. See you guys next time.